The sound of one bell, the loud apprentice. In the quiet mountain town of Takayama, where mist hung over pine-covered hills and temple bells rang at dawn, there lived an old bell maker named Master Saito. He was famous across the region for crafting the purest-sounding temple bells. His bells didn't just ring, they sang. Young Kenji, a boy of 17, with more pride than patience, traveled days on foot to study under him. "I will become the most famous bell maker in Japan," Kenji declared when he arrived. Master Saito simply smiled and handed him a broom. "You'll start with the floor, the work." Days turned to weeks. Kenji swept the floors, polished tools, and chopped wood for the forge. "Why am I not allowed near the forge?" he complained. "Because your hands are loud," Master Saito said. Kenji blinked. Loud? Loud hands break quiet work. Kenji didn't understand, but he stayed, hoping for a chance to prove himself. One day, while Master Saito was away tending to a neighboring village, Kenji saw his chance. He studied the master's blueprints, picked the finest mold, and began forging a bell of his own. He poured, shaped, and polished for 2 days without sleep. When the bell was done, he hung it proudly in the courtyard and invited the villagers. "This," he announced, "will be the finest bell Takayama has ever heard." The sound of pride. Kenji struck the bell. Clang! The sound rang out, but it was sharp, almost painful. Birds flew from trees. Children covered their ears. A silence followed, heavy as snow. Master Saito had returned and stood quietly behind the crowd. "You've made a loud bell," he said. Kenji, flushed and ashamed, stammered, "I followed every step," Saito nodded, "except the quietest one." The quiet step. The next morning, Master Saito woke Kenji before sunrise. Together, they walked into the forest. They sat by a stream. "Listen," Saito said. Kenji sat. At first, he heard only water, then the wind, then the faint rustle of pine needles. He closed his eyes. "When a bell is made with pride," Saito whispered, "it wants to shout, but when it is made with humility, it simply becomes a part of everything else." He handed Kenji a piece of copper. "We try again." The sound of one bell. Weeks passed. This time, Kenji listened before he forged. He moved slowly, carefully, humbly. When the second bell was ready, he asked no one to gather. He hung it quietly beside the temple door. At dawn, when the sun kissed the mountain, Master Saito struck the bell. Gong! The note rang deep and clear, melting into the morning like a bird joining the wind. Kenji didn't speak, he just bowed. And the people of Takayama still say, that bell never needed an audience. Its humility did the ringing. Moral of the story: humility isn't thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less. Greatness doesn't always stand in the spotlight. Sometimes it echoes quietly, like the sound of one bell ringing through the mountain.